C8 project and the C8 and R8, the Huracan. Well, you know, my brain's like ready to explode. He got baptized by a streetcar. Tommy's down there putting in the bolts for the bell housing. I've got the motor mounts on there. All of them are started. It's real close to being flush. Just a little bit of a gap left. God, what the f is that for? You having fun down there? Alright, so it's been about an hour since the last video. Putting the valley cover back on. We got the grounds hooked up. Tommy's still working on the bell housing bolts. They're kind of a bitch on this car, especially on the other side with all the transmission lines in the way for all the dump valves and stuff that we don't even use. Haven't used the dump valve since 1963. Yeah, why can't we take them off? Plug them. Take them off, plug them, I don't care. Watching the live feed from Dig or Die. Limpy. Out here grinding on a Sunday.
Good morning.
Hello! Be like Tess. Hello! We are headed to Mark's to get some parts for the Falcon. I got some manifold gaskets, some injector O-rings, maybe a few other things while I'm there. We're gonna go see him and see if we can get some stuff done today.
Stump the chump?
Yeah, see if we can stump the chump on some of this stuff. I mean, I've given him a week or so to get these parts together, so I mean, I don't think I'm gonna stump him, but I mean, hell, I'd hope not. Oh, plus I gotta go pay my bill. I've got a bill that's due. I haven't been in there in a while. And then we gotta get a drill bit and a tap. That way we can tap that 6.0 truck block for the car alternator bracket. And yeah, then we can get started on putting the Falcon back together day 2. What the fuck is going on over here? One dude on his phone. This fucking sewer machine. That's how clouds are made. Just gotta get in here real quick. Drive through their construction zone. Jesus. Mark must have forgot to pay his sewer bill. Shutting his shit off. Literally.
Oh, what is going on here?
Forgot to pay your sewer bill. They're shutting you off.
I know. It's bad.
What happened the other day with the freaking delivery vehicle?
Well, it was a mess. Just one of them
Jesus.
things. I know. It's part of the whole.
Did you see that? His delivery vehicle got freaking smashed into.
It did.
What?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
got wrecked.
What are you using for deliveries now?
Oh, we've got vehicles, just kind of, you know.
Just not
a little
official
short.
CarQuest vehicles.
What's that?
Are they official?
Oh
CarQuest
yeah,
vehicles?
they're official.
Okay.
Yeah, they're official. It's just I can't let anything else happen. So
Yeah.
you got to be careful.
Yeah. Well.
So what are you two doing?
Yeah, I'm coming to get some O-rings.
Oh boy.
And those manifold gaskets.
The gaskets. Now I did get you. So you requested green,
Yeah.
but I actually got you something a little better.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I did. I was able to make some phone calls. So I actually got you the blue.
Look at you.
Which are well, they're prettier to start with, but they're a lot better. They're a lot more durable with what you guys are doing.
As long as they fit in there. That's all
they
I care.
do. They do. So
Cool.
I verified it. Keep them running strong.
Yeah. Yeah, we had one that split, so, and they were
Well,
like really saturated, and
Oh, okay.
they're just
Yeah.
they're just
So
old. I want to see if you guys have spark plugs too.
what? Number?
BR8 EFS NGKs.
You're really gonna rob this dude's lunch like that?
Oh, it's greasy as hell.
It is super greasy.
It's good though.
They are good.
What are those, pepperoni rolls?
Yep, just pepperoni.
Good. You want one?
No.
Try
Look
it.
really greasy.
It is really greasy.
You got a bad gallbladder, I would stay
I'm
away from.
gonna
Go ahead. Don't care what you do.
I'm just gonna rob your marinara.
I got them for free because I messed up my sub last time, so they gave me credit for a free one.
What's that for?
Gonna figure out which cylinder's dead on my car. I need one of those
Well, these-
thermometers.
These are handy. For
Little
sure.
lasers.
Little laser.
All the people in the comments are gonna be like, just spray water on the headers. I'd like to know that. I'd like to know each temperature.
Right. Not just boil and not boil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably. I
That's
found
cool.
that. I
Am
found
I
that
the
in the
first one?
archive. Huh?
Am I the first one?
Good.
Uncle
well,
Bucko.
yeah.
Addie.
Yeah, she was in here on Saturday, and
You probably haven't seen the floor over there.
oh, he probably
He hasn't been here in a while.
Yeah.
I had to sign the floor. First of all, I didn't drop it. It fell off the shelf, and Mark was the one that put it.
What?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna assign blame, but
Oh, okay.
nobody was exactly
Sign it
innocent.
now.
You talk about I set you up. Is that what you're saying?
You're the one that set the rotor on the counter. But I had there was nowhere to put shit because I had 5,000 things on your
Yeah,
counter.
right.
So.
That guy that picked up the Mustang had me sign the dash, like Carol Shelby. That was pretty cool. I was like, are you sure you want me to sign this thing? He's like, I feel like I'm getting a Street Outlaws car, man. I'm like, well, I'm not a Street Outlaw.
All right. What do you got? Ooh,
Bell housing bolt.
see that. Must be metric.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely metric.
What's that say?
If not, we can just get a Royal King, but I figured I'd ask.
Whatever. Royal King. I swear to God.
Not a Royal King fan?
Well, you
Where's
know,
the popcorn here? No popcorn
it's
machine.
coming. Well, no, I'll have got my special popcorn's coming.
No way.
Yes, it is. It's coming. What, you find one?
No, shrink tubing kit.
That's your funny car?
Yeah.
Steve is.
Yeah, I got
Where's that car
all kinds
located
of
out
goodies
of?
right there.
Long
No,
Island.
oh, just
Long
that I
Island. Wow,
ordered
we were
in
just
for
there
them,
like not a
but
month or
that's-
two ago.
Farm.
There's that one. I appreciate
Do you have everything?
Yeah, I think we got everything.
You sure you need to stay a little bit longer? I can stall.
Well, I was thinking about buying the ceiling fan and, you know, maybe that chrome diff cover, maybe that calendar.
Yeah, I can make you a heck of a deal. Do you need a calendar for down at the shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's for sale. Do you even know what today is?
It's Monday. Yeah. And it's, what is it, December
Are you sure?
6th? 5th.
What's that?
That'll keep me straight.
Yes, sir.
So I know what
this.
day
Are
it
you
is.
carrying anything, or are you just gonna?
Well,
stay
I
here
gotta
and
act
ready?
like we're done, and then I'll come
Oh,
back
okay.
in
All
without the
right.
camera.
Well, you,
All right. All right, so since this is a new block, it's not been drilled for the alternator bracket that we run yet. On a lot of these 6-liter truck blocks, they come without the hole for the alternator, but there is a boss there, and you can drill into it and tap it, and that's what we're doing now. So we're gonna drill and tap this, that way we can put our alternator back where it goes. Look at those muscles.
It's in the hole.
Is it?
It is, but
Is this your last bell housing bolt?
Yeah.
This is day 2 on bell housing bolts.
Listen, yeah, because you lost the 6th one, or you argued that it wasn't there in the first place. Which I'm beginning to feel that there's a reason for that. I can't get this one to thread in.
There's probably not a hole in the block.
Maybe there isn't. Is there only supposed to be 5 bell housing bolts?
I know on the LS engine stand, sometimes I only put 5 in it.
Well,
Because there's not like a...
It's not threading in.
Well, then there's probably not a hole there. Probably why it wasn't there to begin with.
That's what I'm thinking. It's worth a try though. All right, we got the exhaust manifolds on, new gaskets in there. Everything's going in nice and easy so far.
Got the alternator bolted up.
Yep. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be, honestly. For this being our first time putting the car back together, it's really not bad. And I mean, I couldn't imagine this car having anything else other than an LS. If there's anything bigger or, you know, not as simple, it probably wouldn't be as easy, but.
You could put a barrow in it. That's what I wanted to do. Get another one and put a Ford barrow in it.
This dude.
I'm gonna pop these injectors out tonight, take them to On3 Performance and get them clean. That way, you know, it's been sitting like 2 months now, I think. So I don't want to start this thing for the first time and have an injector hang open or get stuck or something stupid happen. So I wanted to get them all flowed, make sure they're clean, and that way, you know, we got a clean bill of health. You know, all around, engine's fresh, injectors are clean, you know, got new gaskets, everything's gonna be top 100%. So yeah. As far as underneath, all I have to do now is just hook up the converter bolts. I got the starter in, crank sensors hooked up.
Were those spark plugs you got from Mark for your Mustang or for this thing?
This.
Oh, okay.
So we need to put those new ones in. Clamp.
Oh. I wanted to make much more power.
I don't know that the stock block can handle much more.
Right.
But I already proved that it wasn't out of boost when we were running it at Milan. So it made 38 pounds and it wasn't even out of breath at all. It was still 1-to-1 on dome pressure. This thing is actually really, really easy to work on. Chris built a hell of an easy car to work on, that's for sure. For what it is.
What's your opinion on turbos, like getting direct air?
Direct air is always best. I think that was something that my truck always struggled a lot on, was that the turbos weren't getting a lot of air, and now since your grill's pretty much open, you don't have a radiator up there, you're gonna get plenty, but
Even if it's not right here, like.
yeah, it's still gonna make its way in there. There's air all around that it can suck in.
I've
With
always
my
just
truck,
wondered-
it was always, I cut holes in the core support to get air to them, but there still wasn't a whole lot of air getting to them.
I guess I
Like
always,
fresh air.
I always just wondered because a lot of cars, like, the turbos are mounted like right here, and I don't know, or some, you know, some cars, it just doesn't seem like they would get good air. I wasn't sure how much it made a difference.
I think it makes a big difference, to be honest. But I've never had a car on a dyno to like test it or.
What do you think it makes NA?
NA, this motor probably makes right around 520, 550, I would say. It's nice seeing these parts disappear off the shelf, off that table.
All right, well, we're about to call it a night for today. We got the turbos mounted. Everything went together pretty easily. Tomorrow, need to bring my spark plug gap tool. We'll get the plugs gapped, get those in, clean up this intake, get it on. Billy's got the injectors. He's gonna take those and get them cleaned. It's coming together.
Yep. Yes, sir. I think probably by tomorrow we should have it running.
Mr. Rob was out sick today.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets better. He's got the vid or something.
Yeah, he's not feeling too good. So hopefully he gets better for PRI. We gotta leave, what, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So only got like 3 days before PRI.
We will pick this back up tomorrow. Oh, and Mark, we asked for Schaefer's. He got Brad Penn, so I'm gonna chew him tomorrow.
Gotta watch him.
I know.
Gotta watch him.
Snuck that one in.
Gotta watch him. What's up, dog?
Love the shirt.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Tommy? How
What's
you
up?
What you
Gonna
guys
get some
after?
injectors clean.
Okay.
Talk to
Follow
Bob.
you back here.
We got some
got
new
a-
stuff in here.
Project of my dad's. It's absolutely been kicking everybody's ass, but we got the C8 project and the
C8 and R8.
the Huracan. I want to go fast this year with my car, so finally started getting down to the bottom 8s, and now we're talking 7s, so try to do something new. Just did new brakes and turbo. Trans is on the way out, so
Still a stock Coyote block.
no, TKM did a Gen 3 engine, so it's got good bottom end now. Still stock truck heads. I went
Still gotta do
830s
no
the other
prep
night.
with it a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I went 568 with it, and that was the first time really trying to do it
Yeah.
with this new combination. But trying to change up a few things. The converter really was holding us back last year. The goal was just, I'm gonna try to go 790s would be the goal with it. I was talking like bottomish or mid 8s, and we ended up doing that with the stock engine. So twins on these trucks. It was something I just randomly kind of like dreamed up, and I kind of told the guys what to do and ran with it.
Oh wow, that's different.
So a little different. I did the Holly intake just specifically because I just like the way it looks. This is another cool thing. We have oilless turbos coming out now, so that's what we're running on a lot of the newer stuff we're building. This is our 67 millimeter oilless
Wow.
turbos. So just every
Seems like the new thing.
2,500 miles, a couple pumps of grease.
Are those out yet?
We do. They're going out with our Challenger and Charger kits right now, and then we designed the C7 kit around them. So Denny's been
So
testing
you can
with
mount
that.
them real low in the back.
You can mount them upside down, right side up. You know, you could do literally any orientation whatsoever. It will not matter. So
Badass.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
So what's the advantage of having the turbos on the same side like that? Just because it looks cool, or?
that's literally the only reason why I did it. I just
Just wanted to be different.
I wanted, I mean, it had twins on it before, and it's just kind of the traditional look on how everybody does it.
I mean, I guess it's nice because you have your alternator here, and all your accessories for a street car can kind of, you don't have to worry about that. But
Yeah, it eliminates a little bit of the clutter, but it definitely gets a little tight over here with the way it's tighter than what we decided, what we were thinking. But ultimately, I wanted power steering, I wanted AC, I wanted all the accessories retained. Holly makes a really nice kit to drop the alternator down. It's like a mid-mount kit, I think they call it.
I might have to just go buy a truck just so I can have this turbo kit.
I gotta decide if we're going to produce it, but it's just kind of I haven't even driven it yet. I drove it down the road, but that was really the first drive with it. But everything seems cool. I just like the look. I spent way too much on a Steve Morse billet intake elbow. I just thought those things were badass.
Yeah.
Steve Morse looks after some of the guys that I'm friends with, so I thought that was kind of cool to try to support. I couldn't decide. I mean, Holly has a nice one. There's like so many different options for them, so it's overkill, but just something kind of, I wanted something different for the turbo setup. So like that's the NA, like just regular titanium turbo setup.
So people will be able to buy a titanium.
Yeah, but just grab that.
Oh my god.
Isn't that
so
wild?
light. So people will be able to buy this for a C8
Yeah.
titanium exhaust. That's so
So
rad.
full titanium exhaust here shortly. And it sounds rowdy, man. It sounds like it's wild. But I just, the weight saving, I wish I had the stock exhaust is like 80 something pounds, but literally like one pinky without even like,
yeah.
you know, like it's not cutting your circulation off.
Yeah.
But,
If that, maybe 3 pounds.
yeah, you can set it down wherever. But we did all titanium. The turbo kit's gonna be all titanium as well. It's one of those things like, if you're not first to market, you're last. So like I wanted to do something a little bit different. So it'll be all titanium downpipes standard. And then also we don't have them on here right now, but charge pipes once again are, you know, full all titanium once again. Completely unnecessary, but just the weight savings is just, it's incredible. And you know, they'll be colored when this is a pre-production piece, but
Bob welding all these?
no, that's one of our contractors we're having do, but you can look inside and see like it fully back purged on the pieces, but it's something new we're trying.
It's a lot of fucking pie cuts.
It's a lot of pie cuts and it's a lot of welding.
Yeah.
But the R8's going to be the same way, and the Huracan will end up
I couldn't imagine making multiple of these.
Can you imagine welding up that alone? I mean,
like,
that's a lot of welding. You've been doing your fair amount of welding yourself. So.
yeah, I know how much work that is, and it stresses me out.
That again, actually.
What injectors are you guys running?
They're Bosch 220s. Got 16 of them.
And then Falcon, you guys run 16 injectors?
Not methanol.
I didn't know you guys were running methanol on that car. This is what we come in and do every day, you know, like we all have pride in it. It's our livelihood, so.
Some of that I think was chemical.
Yeah, it's from the methanol.
Yeah. So.
Thanks, man.
Yep, no
Appreciate
problem.
it. Thank
Take
you,
care,
guys.
brother.
Yep. See you, man. Have a good day.
Alright guys, we'll see you later.
See ya.
Hooking up all the sensors now. Trying to remember where they go.
we haven't been filming because it's like 1 o'clock now and we're just trying to get this thing running and go home, but had a few issues along the way, but we're about ready to start it. Oil pressure came up. Down here. Left up the return. Just like that. She's back. It was such an easy startup, man. I forgot to hook up this fuel return, but it's just for how many different things there are. It's insane that it was that first try. I mean,
yeah.
So many things.
Did you tighten these exhaust clamps down here? I know that one never came off, but this one, we need to check that one.
Okay.
7/16 wrench.
There's just so many things you have to remember to plug in, and there's so many fucking...
Well, you know, my brain's like ready to explode, but I've been trying to think of every single thing, and it sounded like it was firing all 8, so I don't think we missed anything.
There's just so many lines, there's so many things to plug
There's
in.
a lot. There's a
But
lot.
like, you'll know if something's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very obvious if something's not plugged in.
Right.
Unless you forget to plug an injector in or something, then you might have a misfire or a coil or whatever, but it's all plugged in. And we couldn't have clocked that any worse.
Hopefully if it's dry tomorrow, we might be able to drive it around at least.
Yeah. And over there, that's a...
Mm-hmm.
loop should turn on and it'll probably pull it back down. But that's all right. It's a winter time and we want it to warm up quick, so it'll sound better though once that closed loop kicks in and it adds some fuel to the idle.
She's good, Clark.
Now, I need to, I opened the CO2 and then it started spraying in the car. So I need to figure out why that's leaking. I must have pulled something loose.
Not too bad so far.
Broken.
I'm constantly having to tighten that one up. All last season.
That fitting needs replaced for sure. See that?
Yeah.
Definitely needs replaced. It had really good oil pressure when I built Boost though. It had like 80.
Yeah, I've never seen the dash say 80 pounds of oil pressure, no matter what RPM.
Yeah, it had more oil pressure definitely when it was up on higher RPM, so that's good. It's definitely fresh, and you know, Mike was right. He said it's probably going to want a little bit more fuel, and I definitely agree because it's reading a little lean.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's you know, it's fresh. It's got better ring seal than it had before. Obviously, it had a lot of blow by. You know, it would leave a mist out of the breather when you're going down the track that went over the car. You remember that?
Yeah.
Out of the breathers.
It's just making more
probably
power now.
Probably not going to have that as much anymore. And that's all that is just compression leaking by the rings. You're getting more in that chamber because you're not losing it out of the rings, so it's going to need more fuel. It's obviously idling really lean, and when you come off the brake it likes to die a little bit. You notice how it kind of puffs every once in a while when you're coming down. Yeah, it's a little bit lean, so I'm probably going to have to go through the whole fuel map and add about 3 to 5%.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 1.
Oh, it's not bad. I mean, we got here at what, 6?
Yeah.
5 or 6. We had to run errands today. Felt like we were never going to get here.
Really, if it wasn't for the injector wiring giving us fits, the dipstick tube, the exhaust fitment, everything else was pretty easy. I mean,
and you know, it was our first time too.
Yeah.
It's our first time taking this thing apart and put it back together. I'm sure by the time we do it 4 or 5 times, we can do it twice as fast.
I doubt we do it 4 or 5 times.
Probably be fucking 80
We'll
by
be
then.
80 years old. The car will be 150 years old.
No, I'm stoked, man. I think we're good. You know, we'll go over once everything cools down. We'll go over all the bolts again. We might have a little exhaust leak over here, what I heard. So I want to check all these manifold bolts. V-band clamp over here, but other than that, you know, I think we need a new V-band for this one because it was stripped and it won't get tight. So that might be part of the exhaust leak, but I think, you know, O2's over there, so it's not affecting our O2, but I can definitely hear a little bit of a leak over here. We'll get all that addressed, but I mean, we went from nothing to, in 2 days, it's all back together running, no issues. So big shout out to Mike Lau, Racing Engines. Such a good guy, man, and a hell of an engine builder. Obviously we had 400 or 500 passes on this thing probably, and 2-3 seasons on this engine. And you know, when we bought it from Chris, it had 80 to 100 on it, and we put at least probably 300 on it. So it had a lot of passes and it never skipped a beat, man. You know, that last race we were at, we won at Milan. It just barely started to leak head gasket on this side, so we tore it down, you know, and we saw that the head gasket was a little bit compromised. Not compression seal, but I think it was just worn out enough to where it was leaking a little bit of water. So we were just going to go ahead and replace it and go to Mega Cash Days, but kind of weighed the options, and I thought, you know, if there's a time to tear this thing down and rebuild it, it's probably right now. And I'm glad we did, because now we got it fresh and it's ready to go for another 2-3 seasons. Shout out to Brian Tooley Racing and Cody Yates over there. Big shout out to them guys, because they got us the O-rings that we needed for the intake. The O-rings were a little wore out in it, so shout out to them guys.
They've been constantly helping us, making sure we have everything we need to get this thing together all in one night pretty much. They made sure we had all of our gaskets.
Shout out to Rob, man. Rob's been helping us. You know, he's been sick the last couple of days. He couldn't really help out much, but you know, I know he wishes he was here. Shout out to Big Rob, man. And you know, we all been working hard out here every day, whether it's on the truck or the Falcon. And I'm just glad this thing's back together now. We can put it back in your garage here soon and get my Nova in here and start working on it again as well. Good things, man. We got a running race car. You know, if a street race pops up, we got something. you know, I'm happy, super happy. Another big shout out to On3 Performance helping us clean those injectors today. That's a load off my mind. You know, I took them apart and I could see down in them. They don't have screens in them, but I could see there was a lot of stuff down in there, a lot of white crystally stuff. And yeah, I'm happy they were able to get that done for us today. But thankfully they were able to do it on the spot and they helped us out tremendously. Shout out to Bob over there and Chad. Great guys, man. Shop at On3 Performance. That's where I get all my wastegates from, on the truck, on the Nova. They've always worked flawlessly. Their turbos are awesome too. Great budget turbo, but still great quality. They just come out with a new oilless line of turbos as well, so check those out. A lot of good things coming from them guys, so shout out to On3, shout out to BTR, shout out Mike Lau. I'm sure I'm forgetting people, but I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed here soon. I'm running on fumes. Thank you, Tommy, for coming out and filming. I know we didn't film everything because we were literally just thrashing.
Cause I was turning wrenches.
Tommy was turning wrenches, guys. It was a big deal. So, man, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you at PRI. It's time for the Smirnoff celebration. You open mine. It's pretty good.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Red, white, and merry. Holiday punch.